Hi everyone, it's Chad. Sorry about the drop in camera quality. It just my phone broke basically. But that's one thing that I'm trying to talk about in this video is dealing with major setbacks in your life. Well, setbacks can definitely cause a lot of problems, and they can definitely put us off majorly whenever we're trying to deal with pretty much anything, and that's not good. So how do you cope with that? Like myself, my back injury, I knew it was coming, but it caused me to not be able to perform my job at where I was working anymore, and so I had no choice but to quit because I would have caused myself further physical damage if I kept going. Like, if doctors basically tell you, you keep doing a certain thing, it's going to cause you irreparable harm. I'd say if the money's not worth it, that you should probably find something else, you know. Uh, but, whenever you have an injury, it makes it much more difficult, whether it be mentally or physically, whatever your case may be. Cases may vary. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to come make another video and have like not really a Christmas theme, but it's the season, and when you have children around you, you want to be more festive, and that's what I'm doing. But anyway, enough ramble. Let's talk about a little bit about what we can do when we're having to deal with setbacks that cause us to have tracks of time that we don't have the ability to control. When we're going to be, we need it, but we can't have it, basically. Now, one of the big things that we can do in that situation, especially if it's in a money situation, is try to find some friends or family. A lot of times it's going to be family, but if you can maybe do something for a little bit of extra money, especially around the holidays, if you have people that you want to get gifts for, that's not people shaming you into buying gifts, because I do not believe in that at all. Do not do that to people. Do not shame them into buying you something. That is garbage. No matter what you celebrate, Christmas to Kwanzaa, and everything in between. But just don't do that. Simple as that. Don't be a jerk, because Christmas is bad enough for some people as it is, because we don't all have a millionaire lifestyle, obviously. But anyway, back to not being quite as angry serious. But yeah, get some odd jobs, because anyone can do something. There's something you can do. Like if you're an artist, you could do some stuff doing commissions for people. But you have to be willing to be flexible. Like that's one of the biggest things. You have to be flexible and use your time. Like this is one thing, obviously. One can become many if you allow it to grow, and that's pretty much the biggest point. You have to allow it to. You have to make concessions for yourself to be able to get doing things so that you can do them the way that you need to, especially if you have an injury or a mental problem, or anything under the sun that's going to prevent you from being able to do your job in a career aspect the way that you want to, or the way that you need to. Doing those small things, it adds up to, obviously. You could possibly be really good at, say, cleaning houses. Like I've done a good amount of cleaning housework over the last year, pretty much, and for different people, from friends to family, to some people that, I didn't really know all that well. But, you have to put yourself out there, is basically what I'm saying. You have to put yourself out there to some extent if you want to move forward with your life, regardless of setbacks. That's pretty much the point of that part. So I'm pretty happy with myself right now. I'm happy with my life for the most part. I just am incredibly ashamed for having to quit my job for my back injury. It makes me feel like less of a man. And so you get the point where you start to feel like you want to give up, but you can't. Because regardless of how much you don't like yourself, people do depend on you regardless. They do. Every one of you. All of you watching this, that you all have somebody that depends on you for something. Regardless of how small it is, they do. And if they didn't have you, they would not have a piece of them. So please remember to value yourself. You know, be kind, be gentle, be caring, try to be emphatic, but don't be narcissistic. You know, don't be all me, because especially if you're a Christian. If you're a Christian, you're supposed to follow what Jesus Christ was like. And he was a real person in real life, regardless of what you believe. If he's the Son of God, you know, that's your belief. I believe that. It doesn't have to be yours, but he did exist in real life. So he was like the first hippie. You know, he preached peace and love, and, you know, making sure that you were good to your fellow man. He wasn't preaching for you to go out and be a bigot or be a racist or anything like that. He was preaching the opposite of that, people. Seriously, like, sorry to get, you know, on religion for a minute, but you got to start, if you're a Christian, you have to start owning up to your responsibilities as a Christian instead of constantly judging people. Come on. We can't be doing that, guys. Like, I'm a Christian and I will always say I am, but it's beginning to get to the point where I'm embarrassed to be a Christian because of how a lot of, probably 70% of the flock acts is preposterous and ridiculous. And it makes me just want to just consider myself a follower of Christ, because I don't want to be lumped in with these people who treat people so poorly. And like, I've been told by a couple of different people at this point that they don't like Christians, but they respect me because I actually care and actually try to put out there that people are equal like Christ preached. How is this hard? I don't understand. Like, and I also don't understand the thing about freaking Christians against scientists. I don't get it. Science is life, and, you know, God's the afterlife. Why can't we coexist here? I don't understand that either. But now this is becoming more of a rant. But anyway, that's kind of how my belief systems go. Not that anyone asked for it, but, you know, that's kind of how I feel. I love people, but I also really don't like people, because people are jerks. And people try to treat you like you're insignificant nothing if you don't make a certain amount of money. And regardless of whether you're making enough money to live and to be happy, I don't need a lot of money. I want to be able to make a living, though, doing what I love, and that is some form of art, whether it be music or drawing or sculpture or a video game. I just don't have the ability to make a video game by myself. I've been learning it forever now, for like 4 years, pretty much, give or take a year. But I need someone else to help me with it. I need a coder or an animator, something like that. And then I can make a game. But making a video game has so many different facets to it that it's insane if you do it by yourself. There's music, there's level design, there's making the characters, there's writing the story. Like, making a video game is in essence more complicated than making a feature film, because you'd have to do it all from scratch. There's no sets that you can just go and film. You have to make it by hand, so to speak. If you want to do it, like, you can take other people's stuff, but, you know, that's not what I'm trying to do. But anyway, enough rambling. It's almost at the 10-minute mark, and that's about where I wanted to be. But I hope that someone gets something from this. I know it was a lot rambly there for a bit. Tangent time, I guess. I'll say, I guess that's the title. But anyway, I hope you guys all have a great day and a great week and a great December. And Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays to all of you. Happy whatever you celebrate, or Happy December for those of you who don't celebrate. a winter holiday, and have a good one.